Hi everybody, welcome back and welcome to new students. I'm Mr. Fleischer, and this year I'm teaching Digital Photo 1, Photo 2 and Computer Graphics here in this room. I want to go over uh, some major changes I'm going to try this year, and the first one is Google Classroom. All students will be given advance notice of the assignments of when they're due, and they're going to have to be posted to the Google Classroom for you to get full credit. And we'll be going through that, unpacking that. They're going to have to be JPEGs, and it's going to have your, not your nickname, but your name that was given to you on your birth certificate, so it matches my school roster. And if you miss the deadline, unless you have excused absences, or unless you were working on the project every day, and I saw you working on it every day, you weren't surfing on the internet, you weren't just surfing, gaming, and you're just putting a lot of time into the project, that's fine. Sometimes less is better, and you will not be downgraded. But if you miss the posted deadline and don't get the assignment in, you'll be getting a less than great grade on it. So manage your time wisely. Let's open up the Photo 1, Photo 2, and Computer Graphics Digital Classroom. All three of my classes, it's laid out pretty much the same. You'll find a syllabus in your class for Photo 2 and Computer Graphics. We're all going to read and reread this copyright and President Obama election poster, very important. Just sort of a general question, what do you want to learn in Digital Photo 1 this year, Photo 2, or Computer Graphics? Quarters 2, 3, and 4 will eventually be posted on Google Classroom. And if you want your parents or guardian or friends, or if you want to see what I'm doing in the other class that you're not in, if you simply hit this link, this takes you to what last year was our website. And this is under the Yorktown website. You go to Academics, and then you find Art, and then you find Mr. Fleischer. And then there'll be Digital Photo 1, Photo 2, and Computer Graphics. I'm not teaching ceramics this year. This will give you what most of the assignments are for the whole year. Your parents can't sign into Google Classroom, I believe, and this will allow them and your guardians to see, or your friends, or you, what is being done in the other classes. Last year, students did not need to digitally turn their images in. This year it's different. To get a grade, you need to submit your final image as a JPEG to Google Classroom. You then need to store for yourself permanently your final image to Google Docs. We'll go through that. When you go out and take pictures, when you come back in and you load your pictures, you can put them on Google Docs. 9, 10, 11th grade computers, you can make a folder that says Classroom Work Mr. Fleischer and store your photos in there. Problem, if your computer crashes, and it happens, breaks, or you drop it accidentally this year, you'll lose all your work. But if you back it up to Google Drive, you'll have it. To get a grade, it'll go in Google Classroom. So there are two different places to store your work, but we'll have plenty of time to unpack that. On each one of these classes, there's a classroom code right here, which will allow you to become part of the class. So let's go back to our Google Classroom, and my assignments will be laid out hopefully clearly. Free the hippo, Photo 1 students, you remember that. Here's a picture, an example. There's a rubric, which I'll unpack. Most of the assignments for all the classes have rubrics. I self-publish videos, put them on YouTube. You can hit here. But at times, there's another video I made. At times I have students make videos. These videos I made here, and here's one, slow shutter speed, off YouTube. And I'm starting to post a lot of YouTube videos. And this is just a great way to get the information. So this is slow shutter speed. Let's take a look. If we click on the picture, that's a student's work last year. Won a Scholastic Gold Key. Be one of the first assignments. And then I also just put internet pictures on there. This is a student's picture. Time exposure. The water, you can see, looks like glass, but it was moving. Ian did this several years ago. Won a Gold Key. Key Bridge photograph. And then that's another YouTube video. Let's go to digital photo 2. Photograph my daughter, our daughter took. Same layout. Syllabus. Sneak peek. This will take you to the website we used last year. Rules of third. Displacement joiner. Let's take a look at this real quick. So I'll click on this. Last year in photo 1, my photo 2 students, we did displacement, where you put a texture in someone's face, and we did joiner, where you made boxes. Now we're going to combine that into one assignment. So that's a woman picture, portrait I got off the internet, and a flag, and I demonstrated and displaced it to her face. So the stripes and stars took the contour of her face, and I made the boxes. There's no boxes on that, but you can see the texture on the faces. This does not have displacement, this is just the boxes. So the first one was a combination of both together. This is without the boxes, this is just displacement. I did this a few nights ago. Movie actor, picture off the internet, very high resolution. Took that texture and then displaced it to his face. And I'm going to try to get away from Xeroxes. I hate killing the little baby trees and or the grown trees for the paper, and it's hard to keep track of. And this way, if the directions are posted for you, it's one sheet and it's done, which I think will make it easier for everybody. So these are the assignments for photo 2 first quarter. We're going to be doing some pretty cool stuff. This is all YouTube stuff. I really learned a lot the last week or two doing some research on this assignment. We're going to freeze water drops, splashes, water balloons, pop them, and get the picture of the water still in the balloon with the balloon gone. Reflection of water drops, splash photography, and here's how to take a picture of an exploding water bomb. So that's going to be pretty neat stuff. Slow shutter speed with a whole bunch of videos that were on YouTube, and neutral density filters, and also photo 2. We're going to start off early with this assignment. We did, some of us missed it for Scholastic competition, and it's so powerful. So we'll be putting that this year in the Scholastics. And the prime lens, I bought a new lens, which your lab fees pay for. And this gives us a very shallow depth of field, where when you go outside and you take a picture, part of it's in focus and part of it's out of focus. Sometimes one picture can represent two different assignments. So this is in focus, this is out of focus, and we call that bokeh. And let's take a look at computer graphics. Students is where I'll be grading you. When you submit your work, I'll hit the Students tab and I'll see your work. And computer graphics, laid out the same way, with the copyright President Obama, the syllabus, rules of third, and design a hard comic book, That's around Halloween. We create a cartoon strip. That's after Halloween, towards the end of the first quarter. Barcodes. You'll be making barcodes, and this year we're going to do QR codes. So in computer graphics, they're taking copyright-free pictures and then making clever posters out of it. There's the barcode right there. It's funny. I should have dropped out the white, and it would have been more realistic. Like this. And that's a video I made on, actually a student made, on how to make barcodes. Let's see, illustration, iPad Nano, slogan, we take plugs and we come up with different ideas. And this is one of our first assignments. There's a rubric, there's directions, worksheet, and you make a collage. David Moeller did this, worked on it for many, many, many class sessions, cut out individual pieces and made this bee, a steampunk bee, and made the illusion of cutting this out so we could see inside the bee. Did a really great job. Austin, I had some fun with Nicolas Cage, and there are different specific techniques I'll teach you to get these effects. You can take gaming pictures. This is a video on how to cut pictures out, and a video how to make collages. And then this is the Obama artist gets probation for evidence tampering, and in every class we'll be discussing that. Let me just finish up with, most every assignment has a rubric, and you read the rubric, and the first page is always going to be the same. 10% is vocabulary, 5% self-assessment, 40% work habits. If Bruce is in class, and that's my name, and he's surfing on the internet, he's not doing his work, he's not going to get the 40%. I don't know how he's going to get an A on this project. He's certainly not going to get an A in the class. So work habits are very important. And then execution. Did you do all the things that the teacher asked? If you only did part of them, you get less points. This will be filled out in question form. You don't copy the questions, you just answer them. Describe advantages of using high-res images. So you would go in Word document and you could write the advantages of using high-res images is when you open the picture in Photoshop, it's high detail, it's high resolution, which allows you to easily edit it. So I'm answering the question in question form instead of just answering it. And some of these have 100-word essay. And then these are the techniques I'll be teaching you. And I'll finish up here. Every class has a syllabus. I'm still reworking the syllabus, but we'll look at it quickly. It'll give you the class, the lab fee for your class, severe clause, disruption, going out photographing. You can't photograph and go in the cafeteria. You can't leave the campus. You can't go outside the building. You can't photograph in the cafeteria again. You can't photograph in front of schoolmates in their classes. One email shut us down. There's only 2 classes. My class and Mr. Beelan's class that go around photographing. They know who you are. So you really need to be on your best behavior. We have a classroom studio, which is across the hall. We could lose that easily. You got to keep the door open. You can't invite any students into that studio. They're not enrolled in our class. You can't play music or make loud noise. There's classes right outside. You lose the privileges. Here, when a teacher sees a student working every day on the project in class, extra time gladly will be given to students with no penalty for the grade of the project. So manage your time, and you can read through this as far as the percentage of the grades. And Photo 1, Photo 2, and Computer Graphics